Have you ever pondered how much your thoughts influence the course of your life? It's a profound question, isn't it? But here's the kicker, the answer is even more astounding. Our thoughts, those silent conversations we have with ourselves, they have a significant influence on our lives. They shape our reality. Just think about it. Your perception of the world around you, your outlook on life, whether it's half full or half empty, it all begins within the confines of your mind. Your thoughts can be your most potent ally, or your most formidable adversary. They can lift you to the peak of success or drag you into the depths of despair. Consider some of the most successful individuals you've ever heard of. What sets them apart? Is it just luck, or is there something more to it? Many successful people attribute their achievements not just to their abilities or circumstances, but to a shift in perspective, a transformation in their thought process. Take Thomas Edison, for instance. He once said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Now, that's a powerful way of thinking, isn't it? He didn't view his unsuccessful attempts as failures, but as stepping stones toward success. Or what about Oprah Winfrey? She once said, "The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude." Her thoughts, her attitude, her perspective, they all played a massive role in the journey from her humble beginnings to her status as a global icon. These are just two examples of countless individuals who've harnessed the power of thought to shape their destiny. They understood that the way we think, our perspective, our attitude, they're not just abstract concepts. They have tangible, real-world consequences. They understood that to change their lives, they first had to change their thinking. So let's delve deeper into this fascinating concept. Let's explore how you can harness the power of thought to reshape your life. As it turns out, the power to change your life is literally at your fingertips, or rather in your mind. Intrigued? Stick around. You might be wondering, is there any scientific basis behind this, or is it just another self-help gimmick? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of neuroplasticity, which is the science of how our brains can rewire themselves based on our thoughts and experiences. Neuroplasticity is a term that was coined in the 20th century. It's a concept that has revolutionized our understanding of the brain. It refers to the brain's ability to change and adapt as a result of experience. Scientists once thought that the brain was a static organ, fixed in its ways. But now we know that's not the case. Our brains are dynamic, constantly evolving networks of neurons. Imagine your brain as a dense forest with countless paths. Each thought or action you take is like walking down one of these paths. The more you walk down a path, the more familiar it becomes, and the easier it is to travel. This is why habits are hard to break. They're well-trodden paths in our brain. But the beauty of neuroplasticity is that we can forge new paths, create new habits, and change our lives. Let's talk about the impact of positive thinking on the brain and overall health. There are numerous studies that show how our thoughts can affect our brain structure. One study by the University of Wisconsin found that people who practice mindfulness and positive thinking had increased activity in the left prefrontal cortex, an area of the brain associated with positive emotions. Another study from the University of California found that people who wrote about their deepest thoughts and feelings about traumatic events had stronger immunity and visited the doctor less. These studies and countless others provide evidence that our thoughts can indeed impact our physical health. So you see, this isn't just a motivational idea, it's a scientific fact. The way you think has the power to transform the physical structure of your brain. And when you change your brain, you can change your life. So it's not just a theory, science backs it up. Your thoughts can, in fact, change your life. Now that we've established the importance and impact of our thoughts, the question is, how do we change them? In the quest to shift our thinking from negative to positive, one of the most effective tools at our disposal is mindfulness. This isn't some mystical concept, but rather a practical, everyday practice that involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judging them. When we're mindful, we're present, we're in the moment. We're not rehashing the past or worrying about the future. We're here, now. By making a conscious effort to be more mindful, we can start to observe our negative thoughts without getting caught up in them. Another key step towards changing our thinking is setting goals. It's not about setting unrealistic expectations for ourselves, but rather about giving our minds a positive direction. What is it that you want to achieve? Write it down. Break it down into smaller, achievable steps. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Goals give us a sense of purpose and direction, and they help us to focus our thoughts on what we want rather than what we don't want. Keeping a gratitude journal can also be incredibly powerful. It might seem simple, but the act of writing down what we're grateful for can help us to shift our focus from what's wrong in our lives to what's right. When we practice gratitude, we're essentially training our brains to seek out the positive. It's not about ignoring the challenges in our lives, but rather about choosing to see the good as well. Consistency, as with anything in life, is crucial in this process. Changing our thinking isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey, one that requires time, patience, and perseverance. But with each mindful moment, with each goal set and achieved, with each entry in our gratitude journal, we're taking a step towards a more positive mindset, towards a better version of ourselves. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. But with persistence, the transformation can be life-altering. So there you have it. The power to change your life rests in your thoughts. We've journeyed through the intriguing domain of the human mind, understanding the immense power that our thoughts hold. We've explored the fascinating science behind it, proving that our thoughts are more than just fleeting ideas. They shape our reality. We've also delved into practical ways to change our thinking, reminding ourselves that it's an ongoing process, not an overnight miracle. It's all about recognizing negative patterns, challenging them, and replacing them with positive, empowering thoughts. It's clear if you want to change your life, change the way you think. It's a simple concept, yet it holds the potential to transform your world. If you found this video helpful, do subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. Remember, your thoughts have power. Use them wisely.